Hello and welcome. Right now I've got to plug an old gamepad in because my new fancy one, it's not so new anymore, has like just failed on me. Yeah, just literally I've put it's a little bit like a Microsoft one. It was supposed to be the bee's knees and have these new fancy sensors that like make it last longer, but I've got to be honest, it's a Chinese brand I'd never heard of, but like a lot of people were saying it was fantastic. Now this has been, I have just worked on this a little bit. It's nearly done. And I've copied across to my old one because it was the same anyway, but without the, so I really, my very, very old one's gone. I have got lots of copies. If I've got copies of one thing, it's my flatbeds. I've worked on these so long trying to get them. Oh, okay, that's not liking reversing with that for some reason. Oh, your wheels have gone. Well, they're not turning again. Oh, brilliant. I'm sure these were working last session. So why has that happened then? And it's also slightly below the ground. Right, we need to fix that. Still not right. Right. It's 9:15 May morning. I believe we'd got to do the animals, if I remember rightly. Oh, Gordon Bennett, you're not kidding. Wow, they ate a lot, didn't they? They did. We absolutely chocker. Imagine it's 200 head of cattle. It is like, I must admit, normally I would probably go for like 150 for a start, but I really would like to. Ooh, why is it not? Oh no. Yeah. So actually, is it the map or is it the game? Because it's not showing my store thing, or is it something the game has done? Because I've seen it on other things and I've seen it coming in and everything. So, right, yeah, we do want to dump straw. Right. So also. Ooh. That's it. It's got a real dicky. Oh, it has as well. Yeah, no, it's got a dicky button. This was the one that. Oh, right. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop the cameras and get another one. This is a dodgy one. See you shortly. Right, finally. My original one has decided it's going to work again. I've got Microsoft ones that's connected, but I think it's due to this one being connected that it's no longer working. So I don't know what that was about, why it suddenly had a funny turn. But I got, yeah, I used to have a Logitech. It was said, I read in a forum, it's built like a tank and it'll never let you down. And it was a really robust, horrible trigger, horrible. But I got used to it. Because it was, like someone said, oh, it's really good, so... Why are you not dumping when it says dump? Oh. I think it's the wrong dump, though. I think that's the... No, my buttons are not working. If I looked around with it underneath or something... It's got weird settings. This, apologies for this, everybody. Gordon Bennett, gamepads. Is it? It's not actually working. Ah, but is it, or is it that it's like full already? That could be. Yeah, you've got like sometimes in the world. No, there's definitely room there. I wouldn't say dump if it wasn't room. Yeah, it goes like away. So it's got to be gamepad. I don't know how to switch this one off. Yeah, it's got some funny triggers. Last time I played around with the trigger on this, it actually broke the old one, and I could never get it back. But I don't know if that was a coincidence. But you switch it on with this button, so let me switch that off. Right, I'm going to be right back. Yeah, I'm going to stop recording for 1 minute. Oh, it's actually done it. Let's see if I can get my real Microsoft, which I always class as my backup. Aha, brilliant. So then, yay, we're in business. So I'll have to investigate more fully with that at some other time. Why it suddenly let me down. It could be that I've pressed something as well, and also, yeah, it has been playing up. I've been saying that. I've been like having to press the triggers quite hard. It's supposed to come with, so let's just go forwards, because there should be another dump, which is into the, it might not show it you though, because there's already another dump. No, this is the only sort of thing I was thinking with this. It has obviously got a real, it's a silo as well, this one, but it's also over a second trigger. Yeah. Right, well, we have plenty of, like, things, because this is the, yeah, the other thing is we did promise that the original Red Rock was going to be the one to do this job, so I don't think we should waste the biggest tractor we've got on this job when, really, it's so difficult to control, this is. So beastly and beautiful for, like, right, so Red Rock, let's go grab that. It's going to take me a few minutes to... Oh, brilliant. So you've finished. Excellent. All that faffing around that I did. Let's go and... let's fold first. Looks like it's done a good job to me. I do love using this. It's amazing. Yeah, this is one I'm not sure that Giants would class as a mod of my own. Because obviously it really is... a Giants one that I have modified, and again, these are the ones that I think Giants are like sort of saying do your own work. But yeah, this is a hard one. I don't think I could do this, but to tweak it I could, because I did, but like I don't know that I could make this from scratch. I would say this is probably either too big a job. I think I could figure it out. I could, because most of it I could use this as a I usually use the mod itself as a guide. That's how I can put things in it. The same as the cow barn. I left the original Giants model in, bit by bit removed the bits when I'd did my own. That's what I did, and so it worked a treat. And then now there's none of Giants left in it at all. So it's almost like a stabilizer, is the way that I said, like when you're a kid and you've got a bike. Fantastic. Let's leave you to do that while we carry on trying to get the Red Rock, which I think is well over here. Oh, you'll do. You're right next door. You are indeed here. Fantastic. No more tripping across the field now. This is true. Yeah, we are. I'm very pleased where we are. Obviously, money is now bad again. Well, I suppose that's a matter of perspective. I would say 328 is better than 200, but yeah, I know what I mean. It's not ideal. 400 grand is probably where I'd like to be. There's like a... it just means you can almost get any of the big items that occasionally drop. Right, so let's empty that bit of straw out. Let's grab... I missed that corner, didn't I? Did I miss it? Because I seem to recall that the AI did that job. So I'm not going to blame myself too much. Yeah, you can see the draw distance, it suddenly starts to appear. I think I need to do the building for a bit longer. This should really do fine for this job. Yeah, I've started to post some of my content that was like a little older, but not that old. Submerged Sanctuary, a really good map. And what was the other one that I posted? Oh no, Carrying On with Castle and Leon. I did quite a few episodes on that. Yeah, I don't know if any of you ever get this. Again, this is precisely because you're spending hours on a gamepad, and over years and months, it's. I think it takes its. My fingertip is getting. It hurts. So again, it may be that I pressed my old button a little bit too firmly. It was getting quite hard to make it work. So I reckon subconsciously, I kept pressing harder, and I think it's hurt my finger, but I've not done that for the last few days and it's still hurting, so that's tight. That is tight. Yeah, we need to do something about that. Yeah, so it's difficult. I'm having to use the I can't think of its name. It'll come to me. Right, so TMR. Good job we've got the bipod, because I don't think there's enough in our silo. I need to increase capacity in that to make that a thing. Oh, it's gone. It has. You've only got the bipod left. Oh, of course, no, I shifted it. Yeah. Well, right, I was testing last night. Right, so we need to buy then. Yeah. I was looking for the two nozzles, and I think it's not there, and it's not. That's because there's only the bipod left. Yeah, as I was testing yesterday, because I'd got a really nasty problem with the and it was again, it's important for me to do this for crossplay. Very important, because a lot of the channel members are console players, and so I've always thought I don't care. There's no way I'm ever going to do non-crossplay mods. And of course this was telling me that I'd got a texture file that wouldn't work on console, and I thought, oh, I can't. And it took me hours to find out the file. I removed all of the textures bit by bit until I could find out what section, but I also had to remove the other i3ds, the other models that are in the folder, and one of them was the little silo. So that's why it's no longer in here. So of course this is only 30 tons of time. I'm used to my 47 tonner on now, that where it fills this much more quickly. We'll fill it one more time as well. Yeah, let's fill it to the top. Now then, we need our, yeah, we'll just grab the enough. You're a lot closer than anyone else. Or actually, is there anyone closer than even that? You know, yes, there is. Our new tractor. Not the fastest, but it'll do nicely. So my flatbed is still out of action. A little bit. Yeah, still not. Now the wheels aren't turned. Now that I know how to fix. It is my own fault, in so much as oh, that's right, I'd forgotten about that. The sublevamus header needs attention too, doesn't it? At the minute, it's sort of like a bit disconcerting because everything needs attention. Now we need to put the 3-point link on, don't we? We didn't switch that on. Let's go. Let's put the 3-point link on at the very least. Yeah, and we can afford this to be upgraded as well. It's very, very reasonable. Caesarius sort of, it's an old barn find, so the engine's, it's, yeah, not too terrible. Customize, let's go big. And go on, let's make it really. We may as well, haven't we? Beacon light, yes. Monitor no quick hits, yes. We do. Very, very reasonable. It's weird how you get used to your gamepad though, isn't it? But this is now, obviously, it's not killing my hand with having to put extra pressure on, which I think is what did do it. So we need to grab the milk out. Oh, we don't, because we've not got anywhere to put it just yet. No. This is true, but this is a big herd, so it won't wait for a long time. But it is true, cash-wise, we are not doing so well. I mean, to afford 100 grand would leave us precariously low. So, you know, animals are done. There's nothing we can do about that at the minute. The odd little tuft of weed that I missed. No, yeah, we can't rush time. No, we can't. So, no, but we could take it closer rather than abandoning this ship. Let's at least get some of these secondary jobs done. I think I might take over the rest of the weeding. I don't think there's going to be too much. I don't know, it's a big field. I would say they're about halfway through, I would say. Ish. That bit of horribleness at the side is what is catching trailers occasionally. Yeah, so the... again, most of the things are similar place to the Giants one, but I think a lot of people probably do that because a lot of people are probably used to the Giants model. Oh, you can see the lights from quite a long way away. That's quite intriguing. Yeah, so as soon as we've like got another 100 grand, so we're back up to 400 odd thousand, we will indeed do the the multi-factory. I was trying to think of its name. It's weird how stressed you get and how it affects words and things like that. No, the wheels are working on this one. I can see them turning. And more every time it hits the ground. Right, okay, no point in filling. Right, so that's done. How are we doing, Josie? How are you doing on that field? Ooh. She is doing very, very well. Okay. We'll carry on. She did a very good job, though. More than half. It is quite a large thing, though, isn't it, really? Oh, still can't think of that. The name of the button that you press to cruise control. That's the one. It is. Yeah, cruise control. Yeah, I'm having to use that a lot more because I cannot cope. It hurts to hold my finger for any length of time. I'm hoping this is a transient issue because it would be somewhat of a nasty thing for a content creator if you can't like use your tools. I don't think there's any other way. I suppose I could go back to a keyboard and mouse. I could perhaps manage that. I'm not sure if that'd be good. Yeah, as a PC player, I'm I'm very used to that. In the early days, like there were loads of games that you had to get proficient with a keyboard and mouse. Well before the days of like Microsoft and like their gamepads that would be suddenly you could get the wireless controller, which I've had for years now, so you can use your Xbox gamepads on PC. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I didn't have that ability. But other controllers that are similar that use that same thing. I've got one now. I don't know if it's a Bluetooth one, but I can't actually find it. I was like, literally, I found one and I thought, oh, that's... I have got a lot of gamepads. That's because you always have to have, like, one in reserve for, like, deliberately for if your main one fails. So the fancy one that I bought a while back from China, which I was still quite displeased with, but it's supposed to have hall sensors or something like that. Yeah, really supposed to be the super duper bee's knees for your triggers and that, but it's the triggers that was playing up, and I'm like, well, I thought this thing was supposed to like go on forever. But this morning it just failed anyway to like connect, and then it did a few minutes ago connect, but like one of the buttons didn't work, so I'm like, oh, I haven't got time to figure this out. And it could have been the fact that the Xbox and it were fighting, because they were both using the similar things, similar function devices sometimes do that. So I'd have had to unplug the Microsoft one that was also plugged in. Yeah, I've got it wired rather than wireless, but I don't think it got enough power. Well, eventually, because this has not been on for a month, so it may not have functioned without the wire. Wow, they've done very well, because there was a lot of, well, look at the weed cover on that base game. That is something else, isn't it? Whoa. Monstrous amount of weeds. I'm not sure you're going the right way with doing it that way. Going to be going up the hill, but ooh, no, you're not. Let's flip around. Let's not forget that corner. No, weeds are a nasty thing to leave. One of those things that you just can't ignore. No, they're really... Alright, let's get this last patch done. Yeah, so Mac Trucker must have thought, I'm not having this with single narrows. Yeah, he must have done. You know, like he's not... The model that he chose, he wanted it to look nice, and he didn't want to give those options out. Right, so it's sort of got a bit of like the field edge and the grass are bleeding a little. Yeah, it's sort of going into the field edge a little. Right, excellent. Let's put this straight away. No excuse now. We have got, well, got two, but the longer ones I'm going to put in the proper shed. What I mean is the carbon one is an additional shed, but I could use it more. And actually, yeah, true. I've got to get into the habit of using it. It's not just a decoration. I'm not used to it. It's really weird how I'm a creature of habit. And like I'm used to using the red barn and the darker European one, and also the English one, although I haven't used that for a while. Yeah. But it's true that this is... Yeah, still a bit of a problem for higher things, isn't it, this, really? I thought I'd done something about that. Have I gone back to an older model? Now then, if you're not careful, you're going to go off the edge. Might need the addition of like a fence up top to stop. This is a sort of a fairly dangerous design. But maybe a fence isn't a bad idea. Because there's always the health and safety aspect. It's alright saying, oh, well, I've designed a cheap shed. I never put, like, a fence on. But really, as a manufacturer, nowadays, the world would expect something more of you. You know, if someone fell off and died... they'd like to say, well, you know, like from the bit, because I didn't put a fence on. I think eyes would be towards the manufacturer. Even though technically it's the child's fault for falling off. In certain circumstances. You know what I mean. I'm not trying to pass the book because it's not happened, but just trying to like play devil's advocate without getting everybody throw things at the screen, because obviously... we all know children are a little terrorists for doing things they shouldn't, which we've all been there. We've all been little children being a little bit naughty. So you've got to really protect them in the first place, you, the adult. So this kind of thing, It's true, it's got walls, but I would say probably I need to put a fence, so I need to figure that one out. I think so. Oh, I could actually put more panels. I could put a thin panel just that is fence high. True, I could actually. Yeah, that's the easiest way. So grab one of these red panels and put a little panel all the way down to where you wouldn't fall and hurt yourself. Yeah, I mean, that's a 12 to 20 foot drop, I should say. And you could fall on the edge of the ramp, which would be fatal, I'd have thought, if you knocked your head on that on the way down. I don't think there's much chance you wouldn't do any damage. Right, so how is our milk looking? Being as we've got to, like, not grab it because we can't afford the... Yeah, would be 25 tons of normal and 5,000 litres of buffalo milk. Right, so we've done all of the jobs. We have indeed. So, with that in mind, all we've got to do is go through. Now, I think our oats are going to be first, aren't they? They are ready in 2 months, July. That's it. Right, so let's go through till 2 o'clock in the morning. Afternoon even. Morning? Ooh, excellent. Very, very good. What have we got? Wrong button. There's no excuse for that. They're in the same place. Ooh, the other damn silo. Wow, that's a lot of very reasonably priced things. Let's go for another. I do love it. The crimson colour for some reason. Wow, 5,900. It's brilliant already, but excellent. Let's go through till about 6 o'clock. There's nothing else in our price range, even as poor as we are. Let's get me light ready because I know I'm going to need it in a minute. Ooh. Now that's more like it. Ooh, JHHG's tractor. Ooh, we can just afford it as well. Ooh, depends. Those we can afford. Options 3,000 odd. We can't afford that. Yeah, we've only just on the button, aren't we, really, for that. Right, let's pop to the store, sell our goodies, and make a bit of cash, because we do need, we have got stuff to put down, so you will do. I'm gonna say I was losing my orientation then. I was like, huh? Yeah, they roll a lot further now. Anything you get out of rolls a lot further than you're used to it rolling. It's weird how your brain adjusts to things like that, to roll that you're not aware of, and until someone goes and changes it and you think, ooh, I never used to roll this far. Why am I in the river now? It's true. It is true. Oh. Nice one. 41 grand. Excellent. I think that was it, though. Yeah. We could technically do the Demco. Just about, I would say. Let's go through till 12 o'clock night in the morning. I think, to be honest, we've probably got all of the items we requested. I was going to say I didn't do the rolling, but I actually did. It's true. I did actually remember. Yeah, for a change. So just the Rossen mods, which would actually make a very nice... It's a very reasonably... This is another one that appears in the sales of JCB that's quite reasonable in price. It's nice to see. But again, I don't think we can afford... It's timing this time again. It is. Yeah, we can't really afford it at present. Let's go through till 4 o'clock. Yeah, we don't need to necessarily. Or maybe even 5. Oh, okay. Someone's bought that one back. Oh, the medium again. We could do with 2, even though I would normally buy the little one. It's ooh, you can't afford the big class at the minute. The little mega you can. So let's grab these 2 and sell them, and then we will be able to afford the big class. So we've got quite a few big items at the minute. I mean, this is very reasonable. Yeah, with having my own Massey that I've designed, I've not really used many others. I think, yeah, I've got Mark Thor's on one. His special. Yeah, rather large hold version. I think we've gone for, was it 20,000? I didn't want to go too silly. I thought it was a bit... but I still prefer my models for one reason and one reason only, that it's hold that I've increased. I have increased. I like, if I'm going to like say it's a bigger hold, I need it to be a bigger hold. The only exception to that was my stone picker. Well, even that, I did actually try. It's just that I realised afterwards that it wouldn't work. Right, that was not a bad little profit, that one wasn't. So now we want to... Have we got enough? Yes. It's got a nice big hold, that is. Very nice big hold. Ooh, steady, steady. It's very, wow, it's quite a responsive. After being in the other one, yeah, this Lexian's rather a lot newer and much more... Oh, wow. That made us quite a lot of cash, didn't it? All of those big items. So let's grab you. So one for the clean and one for the... I am eventually going to do colours, but they are the BI colours. So at the minute, I'm just going through creating... True, I could actually do multiple configurations like that. I could. Yeah, I was just thinking I can. Right, so it's 5 o'clock. Ooh. This is a brand new gamepad. Why would it have gamepad drift already? That's a bit dodgy. Yeah, my other one is off. Let's go through, yeah, till not about 9-ish. And then we'll do the animals again. Is what I'm thinking. Oh, we're lucky. 2 other big things. And 77,000. Oh, under 43. Excellent. This is a really good run. This is the kind of run that I never expect to get, you know, like, because it's just, I don't think you can ever expect to do this well, like when, that looked like it was the other way around. No, that is right. No, it is. We're just facing what I would class as the wrong way. But it does make sense as a vehicle on the road that you would be this way. And then, of course, you'd rotate. Yeah, let's switch my light off. I don't think we need it in the daylight. Whoever bought my telehandler? He'll be through the other side. Oh, he's at the end, actually. So I would guess that we probably aren't far off actually being able to afford our factory. Oh, it's got a cover on as well. A free cover too. At least I think it was. Let's get this header done. Yeah, I adjusted the back hitch on this. This will be the model I swizzled in, because there's two. I broke the other one completely. One of them is working. I thought this was the model that was working completely, but maybe not. So yeah, we might have bought the other model that was really badly broken. And no, this was the one with the... no, it wasn't. It didn't have the rear hitch. Now it does, which means... Nigel, I swapped that model in. Yeah, I don't think I've done the... No, I'm sure I put the i3D in. Sorry, the XML as well. So it should be the right one. But somehow I've broken the wheels. I know how to fix it. I know what that is. Yeah. Having done this a lot. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, wow. 457. Excellent. Right. Okay, let's... Animals is our next order of business. I bet you we've like used a lot as well. I bet the animals have eaten a lot, should I say. Yeah, we haven't used a lot. Straw, still fine. Milk, 26,000 litres. I was right. Yeah, we really do need to stick that down. We can't afford for it to build up. It's obviously one of the entire reasons you have milkers is to produce milk, which just have to like either be taken to sell, as we all know. Yeah, let's do another TMR. Yeah, we'll dump it. We'll fill it and then fill it again, if that makes any sense. Right. So then, I think that by the side of the ramp, I do, or like, yeah, occasionally. Yeah, let's put the sign down. We are in. Yeah, we didn't have this when we were first on the map, I don't think. So we're going to stick this on our land. No, we will, yeah, we will do this in a place. Can't obscure the actual sign, though. They give that road sign. Excellent. Oh, have you been... No, I did the painting a long time ago. Yeah, no, that's actually working okay. Right, so now the more important thing. Yeah, now we want the multi-factory. Is it wise to do it there? I'd like it... I always like it reasonably close, because I mainly do this. This is sort of... So it's going to be about there, I would say. It's 97 now. I put it up a little, because I thought I was... Why have I got two supers? I must have a second fold. Did I back it up and it's seen the back up? Maybe. It'll be identical though. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. It's not a bad idea to be right where... Yeah, the tractor is actually... Typically is right in the way of where I want to put it. Because I don't want it to be too far away, and he is right in the very place that I would think is a good place for it to be. Oh, that was a bit quicker. Yeah, it's almost like it when it's popped a few seconds before, it's actually quite quick to pop. Let's just do it right back there. It's not in the way then. Just check. Oh, now your painting's getting better on that. Yeah, and you're clear. You clear. You can sort of see exactly where that's clear, and because it's against a bank. So that's actually fairly. You've even got your This I would tweak it a little bit at a time. The only thing I've not done, as you can see, is I've not quite got not covering my chevrons. Didn't I make these into a double as well? Not quite enough that way. See, normally I'd rely on the fact that we don't really need. There's not normally a bank in the way, whereas obviously at the minute there is. It's just, so my painting needs a little tiny bit of adjustment. That looks like normal asphalt to me. And that's dark asphalt. Oh, going up the bank now. So we may as well do this as dark, haven't we, for a change, being as I've gone and done it already. See a tiny touch left, can't you? But now I'm going to go too far into the... There, that's not bad. Right, let's get that milk done. We don't care which order you do it. Yeah, this... Oh, you've got your little old original roof section just poking out the side. I tweaked it a little bit because I didn't like the angle it was at, but yeah, I've pulled it out a little bit on that side. You can see the old concrete roof sticking out a little. Just on that side. I must actually get on with that. Yeah, I'm going to... my placeables are probably the least... need the least work, because I've been working with placeables for the longest of all. And I'm quite pleased with most of them. I just need to make them Giants friendly, like localization, which I know will mean nothing to you at all. Unless you're a modder, and then you would know what I was on about. Yeah, so I need to do the localizations, like the I10s that... you wouldn't know. Unless you're a modder, you wouldn't know what I'm on about. Yeah, Giants have this like secret language. It's for translating, and you need to do these files. Now, I've never done them because, again, I've always intended for my mods, but I didn't know how to do it. Now I do, so I'm going to start to bring it in, because Giants will like that. They do like it to be completely ready for you, so that everything's all professional. Which I don't blame them at all for that. So Super Mud Fabricae, we want to do... Now then we need to make sure that we're not... No, goat milk. We know which ones are... It does say bottled milk, buffalo, mozzarella, butter. Now, yeah, that's true actually. I ought to say butter from cows on the thing. Then you don't need to look down here. Goats, so that's the one we don't want. That one and that one are the ones we want. And anything more? Cheese. I knew there was something else. Chocolate. We could put some bees down to make honey chocolate, because we haven't got any sugar. But we do. There is a honey chocolate as well on this, which is a thing really. But yeah. Right. Excellent. So that's animals done, and we're at 354 even after we put that 100 grand tractor down. So I'm quite pleased with that. Let's crack on. I've got a few minutes left before the end of the session. I think we'll go through till 2 o'clock and go through till harvest. I think it'll be nice. Ooh. Let's have a look. Bogan. Yeah, the swather's another thing that sort of does away with your need for something like this, isn't it, really? Because it automatically windrows. And yeah, no, we'll do that as well. And last but not least, A black class, yeah. Right, let's get that lot sold. I am also going to do a few Let's Plays where I'm not doing the buying and selling. Because obviously it isn't for everyone. It is a feature that works well. But what I mean is it's a bit like anything. People aren't going to want to always see that, you know, that exact thing. It sort of gets a bit samey. All of these type of things do really. Right, so we could take the class, I think. I'm not sure if it's the right kind of... Balers vary. Some use car hitches, but most use this one. Pin hitch. Ooh, I think this is the Centerbogan I like. This is the original Centerbogan, isn't it? Not the one with the 3-point hitch thing that has got IC that everyone loves, that I don't, because it like means it makes everything faffy. Let's grab this little lot. Apologies for the silence, yeah. Yeah, so I was hoping to get my carbon. It's still not showing. I've got a texture to put on the ground, the straw layer, but it's not showing, so there's something I'm not quite doing right for that kind of texture. Might be interfering with, or the straw plane might be interfering with it as well. Giants might not allow. Well, they do, because we've got it in the ooh, I wasn't after me lights. Ooh, back up to nearly 400 grand. Excellent. Let's go straight through to about 7 or 8 ish, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, 8 lights and ooh, a Vestrum. And the Iseki. Yeah, when I saw the harvesters and everything was 3 meters, I thought, life. And yeah, the other thing was that was a bit of a nasty shock. Was the vegetable harvesters. Now there were a couple that were all right. They were like the three-pronged DeWolf. Now I could actually cope with that. I just about managed to do it. Because you could sort of get 4 rows if you did it right occasionally, which was nice. Didn't like using it, but it was all right. And then like they went back to the single prong ones. And I thought, if you think I'm going to go around a field with one of them little things, you think I'd sooner rot in hell than ever use that damn thing again. Was so, yeah, that's how strongly I felt. They're not really words I like to say, but yeah, that's how firmly I felt that I didn't want to use that ever again. It's true. It is true, actually. Yeah. Yeah, and I use those words like, yeah, to really, because they're not words I normally like to utter, but that's how strongly I felt about going back to something like so horrible. Was like, no, Giants, I'm not doing that. If I get that in the sales, I'm going to ignore it, so you've totally wasted your effort of converting that for me, because it's just so horrible. But I mean, even the pea harvesters and that, I did Hutan Pansai, the 3 meter, and I'm like, this is taking so long, and it's not like you could afford 2 really. They were so expensive that you'd need to really have. I mean, I did have quite a few fields. I did all P's. Oh, will you stop it with the lights? Oh, wow, over 400 grand again. Brilliant. Right, let's sit through till 12 o'clock at night. It is a very good way of making cash. I mean, obviously some days are better than others, but it's still brilliant. Right. Oh, I like this little star. Is this the... Oh, it's a cedar one as well. Yeah, but seeding things that we really don't want, and we don't want a... I mean, you could do liquid lime with it, but we're not really doing that thing normally on some Let's Plays. Obviously, this would be brilliant, and I do love it. But for this one, not so much. That's a good price. That's nearly 80 grand normally. And we will get that as well. Why not? Yeah, Hispano's been one of the busiest modders I've ever known of a modder. He's on fire. A lot of conversions, so he must have the process of converting very, very, you know, like for him it's a doddle now. Still spend some time. It's not an easy thing to do, having done a couple myself. Yeah, it's not... you still there's a lot of work involved in changing the but he may have a process like a lot of modders. They have tricks as well. No, we can't. No, we'll come back. I'm not sure that's going through the door. We might need to do that sideways. So actually, yeah, thinking about it, you might need to grab that when you've got a heavy weight on the back like this, because I don't think that's going in the proper ways. I would say it's too wide. Not sure how heavy it is. I'd say quite heavy. Yeah. Wow. It's not turning properly. Now, I'd imagine that was heavy enough, really, to do that. But, yeah, I don't really know how heavy that is, though. I'm not sure. Looking at the Porsche, there's a lot of little tiny fronds that wouldn't be that heavy. So I might have to buy a weight. Because I can't imagine there's another way to do this. We could lug it most of the way. We could lug it around the other way. And then see if we can manhandle it a little. Wow, it's a bit slow. It's not as slow as some things in reverse. A lot of things do 7 miles an hour. It's one thing, another thing I don't understand, because not being nasty, but most vehicles don't go so slowly in reverse. It's another convention I can't understand. I'm not trying to cross. Yeah, it always does this one. Goes low as if it's planting straight away. I'm not trying to plant, and there are no seeds in it, even if I was. Yeah, there's no way that is like going in. I don't. Try it. You never know. Something's wider than you think can actually go in, but I don't think so either. I think it's no, that's not going in there, is it? No, definitely not. So let's just like do that. Can we manhandle at a few feet? I think this one's lighter than the new one. I think it's a bit. played nicely. It was not too terrible. You wouldn't mind, but it wasn't really... It wasn't for very much cash, was it? We did the battle for that, really, but hey-ho. It's sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Right, 5 o'clock. Oh, I was going to say there's nothing in the sales, but there's rather a large, yeah. The Ventor. Right, let's get these 2 sold, and we will go through till 9 o'clock. Do we feed the animals? I'm nearly out of time, so no, we'll just leave it straight after this, I think. Straight as soon as we got through to 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll leave it at that point. Any buying and selling we will do. Keeps throwing me out a bit to see this Sublabmus. Might do a few minutes on the header of that one. And also check my wheels out. Oh, wow, nearly up to 500 grand again. Excellent. Let's go through till 8 o'clock-ish. Maybe 9. Finger on the button. Oh, wow. Still got a couple of nice items, really. And we don't want... Oh, this hasn't got the option for wheels. Not that I would have done it. And also another silver. I do like the silver, but it still struggles a bit with a lot of things that sort of make it not very useful. You know, like you think, I can't really use you because you don't work with a lot. Yes, I do miss the XJ for that. It was a really good workhorse that actually did perform properly with like a few implements that made it useful. Whereas the silver, as much as it is good, it's only really good for mucking around with flatbeds and grabbing the odd lorry back. Certain lorry backs will work with it, but the XJ worked with a lot. That was quite phenomenal. Fantastic. Light off. I keep seeing in editing I'm leaving the light on and I'm like, will you switch that light off? Ooh, we broke 500 grand again. Brilliant. Fantastic. I love it. Yeah, so how are we doing on our production as well? How are we doing? We probably, yeah, it's just, it is a super. And it really is super. You can see it's ripped through all of that milk, which it's designed to. Obviously, it's splitting the milk between lots of different inputs as well. It's not like that one of them is super. Let's have a look. What actually have we got? 16,000. Oh wow, so mostly milk, a little bit of cheese. Wow, that's actually not bad. I did soup that up a little. It was doing terrible. Yeah, so I mean, again, it could have run out of milk before it carried on. 23,000 litres of butter, which is mostly down to the buffaloes. Buffalo milk as well, 9,742. Of course, it does like water it down, doesn't it? So, but that's not bad for one. That's torn through all of that and literally, finished it off. So that is amazing. That's a super for you. It's super, right? But that's where we're going to leave it. All that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.